We are going to discuss about the hypophysis cerebri or the pituitary. First of all, the introduction. Pituitary gland, it is an ovoidal neuroglandular body. This pituitary gland is suspended from the floor of the third ventricle by a stalk. This stalk is known as the infundibulum. This stalk, infundibulum, which connects this pituitary gland with the hypothalamus. This pituitary gland, as you know, it controls the secretory activity of many other endocrine glands, and this pituitary gland is controlled by the hypothalamus part of the brain. Now, the situation, as you see in this diagram, this pituitary gland is situated into the hypophyseal fossa of the sella turcica of the body of the sphenoidal bone, and the roof of this fossa, this roof of the fossa is formed by the fold of the dura mater that is known as the diaphragma sali. It is the meningeal fold we have discussed in the class, and this roof, this diaphragma sali, separates this pituitary gland from the optic chiasma as well as the third ventricle of the brain. Now, we see in this diagram the capsule of the gland. The capsule of the gland is fused with the fold of the dura mater. That is the endosteal layer, and this is the meningeal layer. These both layers are fused with the capsule of the gland, as a result of which there is no subdural or the subarachnoid space are present around the gland. These two spaces are absent around this gland, as a result of which, in case of the increased intracranial pressure, the gland remains safe. This gland has no effect in case of the increased intracranial pressure, because there is no subdural and the subarachnoid space are present around the gland. Now the dimension. The weight of the gland is about 500 milligram. The anteroposterior diameter or the length, it is about 8 millimeter, while the transverse diameter or we can say the width of the pituitary gland is about 12 millimeter. Now the relations. The important relations. For the relations, these diagrams are important. First of all, the lateral relation. In this diagram, this pituitary gland laterally related with the cavernous sinus. It is the cavernous sinus, and structures present inside the cavernous sinus. These are present lateral to the pituitary gland. SC, this is the hypophysis cerebri, and this is the cavernous sinus, CS. Now the anterior relations and the posterior. Anteriorly and the posteriorly, it is is related with the anterior and the posterior intercavernous sinus. Anterior plus posterior intercavernous sinus. What is anterior and the posterior cavernous sinus? These two sinuses connects the cavernous sinus. Cavernous sinus of both sides are connected by this anterior and the posterior intercavernous sinus, and this runs in front and behind the stalk, infundibulum of the pituitary gland. Now, superior lesion. Superiorly, this pituitary gland is related with the optic chiasma as well as the third ventricle of the brain. Superiorly, it is the optic chiasma. And third ventricle. And it is the diaphragma cilia that separates the pituitary gland from these two structures. It is the diaphragma cilia. Now inferiorly. Inferiorly, in this diagram, it is the body of the sphenoidal bone, and in this body it is present the sphenoidal air sinus. So, pituitary gland inferiorly related with the sphenoidal air sinus. Now,